Worksheet 4, they're going to get a little more complicated, but all we have to do is follow all the steps. So what we're going to do here on Worksheet 4 is we have to first simplify one or both sides of the fraction of the equation before we can move on. So on this one, we've got a distributive property to handle. So we're going to multiply that 2 times both of these terms. So 2 times 3 is 6x, plus 2 times 3 is 6, equals 2x minus 27. Alright, so this is just a three-step equation, just like we were working on. So we've got our 2x that needs to go over to this side. So we're going to do the opposite. We have to do it on both sides. That cancels. We get 4x plus 6 equals negative 27. Alright, so we've got to get the term with x by itself. So the plus 6 needs to be gotten rid of, so the opposite is minus 6. We're left with 4x equals negative 27 plus negative 6, or minus 6, is minus 33. Divide both sides by 4. That cancels. And again, on this one, it's not going to come out evenly, so we can just leave it that way. Or we can use a calculator and find that that is negative 8.25. If the fraction doesn't come out evenly, you can just leave the fraction. Alright, so now here, if we've got a problem with fractions, and we don't want to go, because we could just subtract 1/5 from both sides and do all of that. But there's an easier way to do this. If we multiply everything times 5, this is going to get rid of the fraction in the bottom. So if we go 5 times this, those two cancel, and we're left with 2x plus, multiply this times 5, 5 times 1/5, the bottoms cancel, and it equals 1. And multiply this times 5, 5 divided by 5 would cancel, and that equals 3. It's a much simpler equation to work with. So now we just get rid of, we need to get the term with x by itself. So we do minus 1, and we get 2x equals 2. This is 2 times x. So all we do is we divide, and we get x equals 1. Okay, if we look at number 2, again we need to simplify this side of the equation over here. So there's nothing we can simplify over here, so we're just going to leave this alone. Then we're going to multiply and multiply. We get 6x minus 2 times 2 is 4. Alright, then we need all of the x's on one side of the equation. So I'm going to do this opposite of 6x. It's minus 6x. Those cancel. Look at negative 1x minus 15 equals negative 4. I need to get the term with my x by itself. So I'm going to do the opposite of this minus 15. We're left with negative 1x equals 9. Then we're going to divide both sides by negative 1 to get rid of that negative. And we get x equals negative 9. So let's take a look at this one over here. Number 9. You have distributive property we need to do again. So negative 4 times 2 is negative 8x. Negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. And we just write the rest of it down. Okay, so we're on this side. We can still combine like terms. Now, These x's are on the same side of the equation, so all we have to do is combine them. We don't have to do something on both sides. So we combine that, and we get minus 6x plus 16 equals 28. Then we're going to subtract 16 from both sides. Negative 6x equals 12. Divide both sides by negative 6. And x equals negative 2.